Okay, so today didn't go as planned. And I'm having a bad day, a really bad day. And it's funny too. I was like, and I probably am not going to talk a long time. I'm really, really going through like a lot of processing and stuff, and it's like super draining. Plus, I'm tired, and am curious now, if I'm going to be able to sleep better because I still feel that still like antsy kind of feeling. I don't know what it's. It's got to be something with the energy on the planet. It's weird because it feels so like intense and antsy, but it also feels like disconnected. Like, what the fuck? What's making it like, I don't know. I feel so disconnected from stuff. It is like, it makes you feel kind of destabilized or something, like you're on drugs or something. And, anyways, everything seems weird. But, okay, so I'll tell you about the, this day and what I'm going through, as it is like a total process, man. And I have so many different things going about it. And I was like, this is the kind of stuff to share. Believe you me, I am going through some stuff like, fuck, man, I have been fucking, I'm just like, oh. So, I drive home, I'm cussing, and it's like, oh. And they ask for your pronouns on the motherfucking paper you fill out. There's so many motherfucking questions. Everything about, like, your health. What have you ever had? This is so motherfucking absurd. I gotta say this, too, because, I'm still jumping through hoops for this bullshit. But, when I had to go to get the physical, then, that doctor was just fishing for anything. She's going through old diagnoses. What can we find? What do you got? Please, something. I'm like, no, nothing. No, nope. And so she brought up this Barrett's esophagus. So like 28, or it was like about 30 years ago, somewhere in there, 28, 30 years ago, I was having this horrible pain, and if I couldn't even handle my bra touching or anything. And so I'd gone to the doctor. They did an EGD thing, and I had called Barrett's esophagus, and it just is where, I've already talked about, like, that's what's wrong with my voice, is from the acid washing up into my throat. And in a process of that kind of situation, you can have where the cells in one part of your esophagus start growing in the other part, and then that's cancer. And it's called Barrett's esophagus, and they have to see if it resolves itself. My body's always resolving itself. I just wish it would fucking figure out how to get rid of plastic. And so anyways, it was diagnosed with this, and I had to go through a whole bunch of fucking tests to get cleared from it or whatever. And so I was cleared from it fucking within a year or two. I don't remember how long you have to go. But anyways, however long it was, I got cleared from it. And it might have been 2 years or 5 years. I don't remember. But I got cleared from it a long time ago. Like, nobody brings that up to me. And so she was bringing it up. Stell, please let me finish. She's, she was stuck all day in the house, and she's not happy about it. Come, I said, lay by me. Let me finish my thing. And so, don't interrupt me, because then it messes me up. Because then I can't keep straight. And it's just going to take me longer. So it doesn't help if you keep doing that. And so anyways, the Barrett's esophagus thing, then it got the diagnoses, Barrett's esophagus. And this doctor lady that I had seen for this freaking physical was looking for anything, going through everything. And she starts bringing up this Barrett's esophagus. I was like, what? Like, no, that was cleared like 25 years ago. So what do you think they bring up today? I couldn't even fucking believe it. I couldn't even fucking believe it. I was like, what? I was cleared from that 25 years ago. Like, what in the fuck? Like, man, I swear to God, they just want to keep those diagnoses. Whoa, something. We got to find something. That's what we do here. What do you suppose? It's like, fucking hell. You're sure. You don't take anything. You don't take it. And then this guy today, he even was like, because they on their thing, how much alcohol do you drink a day? And 0. Well, that's, uncalled for. Let's get somebody in here. We need another alcoholic to get going here. We need more drinkers out there. And so well, you must do drugs then. No. And I won't tell them I smoke weed because it's none of their motherfucking business. And they want to make it to a drug and it's a goddamn plant. It's none of your motherfucking business. We're going to smoke a mullein leaf, fucking lavender leaf. There's a lot of fucking leaves to smoke. These motherfuckers, oh, God, so irritating. But what's your pronouns? Like, I swear to God. So, fuck. The absurd fucking world we live in. It's like, oh my God. Sometimes it's just like, it is too much all the fucking time. I swear to God. It's too much all the time. I don't know what I'm doing here. I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. It's like I think I am supposed to be doing something, and now I'm just like, maybe I am just mentally ill. Maybe I am. Maybe you guys are just listening to me who's absolutely mentally ill this whole time. Truth will come out, I guess. We'll see. I wish it would hurry. Like, lock me up. Oh, so anyways, then, so we go in, so get this too. So I'm driving and things are just fucking flying. Like I am going like, the angels are carrying me to downtown Seattle. And just like, oh, and every 2 seconds, 11, 11, 11, 17, 17, 11, 11. It was like, oh, this is great. Everything's going great. They're telling me the whole time, this is going great. Just, and so that I'm like, and this is where, sometimes you can misread signs. Like, I'm telling you, I'm going through a lot today. So, anyways, but, that's part of the communication. I've told you all along. Don't get all too caught up thinking you know all the time what they fucking think, what they're fucking telling you. So, then, so I'm getting all this, like, positive signs, and I'm like, I'm flying, like, no problems. And, and this is another thing, too. Don't listen to a motherfucker tell you or make you feel bad in any way, shape, or form that you aren't doing it right. If you aren't making that stuff happen the way you want, then you're not doing it right. They're fucking fools. And I don't give a fuck, I have put so much positive, I'm like, I fucking know what the fuck. Yeah. You cannot make something happen that premature for where it's going to happen. Like there's a set time when things are going to happen. You cannot interfere with that. You can't make it happen. You can't create something just because you want it. Well, just because I want it, that's what I want. I want it today. So, yeah, I'm just going to manifest that real quick. No, you can't. Doesn't fucking matter how much you want it. How much you want it. So, I'm going to start crying. I'm having a day, I'll tell you. So, and I'm still all fucking jacked up on positivity this whole motherfucking time. I'm driving, so fuck you, this is going good. I'm so excited. I'm like, fuck, these things are going to be out of me today. I was like, so pumped up. And, so get down there, and it is a clusterfuck of chaos. The streets, there's fucking construction, there's fucking people everywhere. It's just like mayhem. My fucking navigation keeps taking me in a goddamn circle. I don't know. It couldn't figure it out. You cannot. They keep saying, oh, well, just look for the sign that says this. Do you know what it is to go and sit in a place and look out of all the signs on all these buildings that are everywhere and try and find one sign that says something that you're saying. I mean, there is so many signs out here and they act like it just stands out. No, that sign does not stand out. Your sign does not stand out. Sorry. It's like, Jesus Christ, people. And fucking no addresses. No motherfucking addresses. Well, it's just 1220. Okay, well, it'd be nice if you put goddamn addresses out here somewhere. And then my fucking navigation just starts taking me in circles. So now I pulled over and just trying to park on the street. I don't even know where to park. I can't even tell a building. I'm thinking it's supposed to be the 16th floor. All these buildings have like 5 floors. What the fuck? Where in the hell? And so then I'm like, okay, I'm walking. And then because one address is 1220. Mine's supposed to be 1229. You'd think it'd be right there. No, it's about 6 blocks back the other way. And I can't even tell you how many phone calls that this took. And my Wi-Fi wouldn't work anywhere. And I had to go into some school. And it was so loud. Some, adult education or something. It was like teenage, maybe, I don't know. It was busy. And so that guy was trying to help me and called. My phone wouldn't work, nothing. And I was like, okay, things are not going good anymore. Like, now this is some bullshit. And so calling, and they keep telling me, okay, just go. And so I start going. Can't find it. My navigation says I've gone too far. Turn around. And it's like, start walking back because that one address is right there. Nope. So then call them again. And then when you call, sometimes you can go to just the whole corporation, the whole corporate entity. It's got like 47 fucking poly fucking clinics in the goddamn Seattle area. And so then it was like, oh my God. It was like a fucking, I swear to God. I felt like I was in hell. It was so fucking chaotic. It was so fucking loud. There was shit going all over the place. Nothing was working. And I can't even tell you. Like, I could drag this story out. Like, it kept going and going. Like, you can't even believe in how many phone calls it took. And I had to fucking have them completely walk me from the fucking parking. I got fucking the parking garage. Just went out there, just go up to the elevator. Go up to the other thing. And it's like, okay, it just is nowhere. I'm just standing in a hallway. And, okay, we'll go back down, go to number 1, go into the lobby, then go. I was like, oh my fucking God. So, and it's, you got these giant buildings. There's the Swedish Cancer Center. That you got all these big fucking buildings in your spot. I was just, I couldn't even believe it. I was like, this is just so weird. And I was like, isn't there anything like there's some kind of landmark or something? I was like, well, right here, there's a Mad Pizza. Oh yeah, that's right under us. Okay, so how do I get in there? Oh, just go into the parking garage and go in there and park, and then just go into the thing and go in the elevator. Okay, do all that, and it goes nowhere. It's like, okay, so how do I get in there? Then I'm out walking around trying to find an entryway into this building. I couldn't even believe it. And these are giant, there's fucking like jackhammers going. It was insane. I was like, okay, this is not going good. And I've got a completely different energy than when I'm thinking positive, staying up all night, thinking, okay, and they're going to be out. I'm going to be, I'm going to be trying on my clothes. Now I feel like, fuck, I gotta just goddamn send all my dresses back. Swear to God. I feel like a goddamn cow. So finally get fucking in there and get into the appointment. And it was weird. You had to wear a mask to be in there. And then get in there and go. I don't even remember. It was just like a bunch of weird awkwardness to me that kept being in the room. It was like, are people just too like, okay, we'll sit and wait. Like, let me know when you want to talk about it. Do you want to maybe do your blood pressure. Like, I don't want to push you. I don't want to pressure you or anything. We'll just think about it for a while. Let's, think about it. And if we decide to do your blood pressure, just let me know. Like, it's like, fuck. It's like, okay, now, just we're sitting there and said, okay, now I need you to just put everything down. Stop what you're doing. Put your feet on the ground. Just sit, look straight ahead. Like, you can't do shit now when you're getting your blood pressure. You just got to sit there. Like, and my blood pressure was always super low, even when I was stressed out. But still, 107/66. I'm low, like, I don't know, whatever. My makeup and whatever, how we run. Like, I don't even understand this fucking place. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. I think I'm crazy at this point. I think I'm fucking losing my mind. So then I go in there and the doctor comes in and, he's all friendly. And so there's more loopholes. You need to get a mammogram because, that would just be irresponsible to remove them if we haven't checked and make sure there's not cancer in there. So 2 years ago, that's not good enough. No, you got to get one right now. So you got to get a recent mammogram. Then I got the bad news of, no, I can't do that because they cut. So what they do is they cut your muscle. So whatever pectoral muscle you have, in order to, because I guess when they were putting the implants in front of the muscle, that the implants would be too heavy and just pull down. So then they started cutting the muscle in half and jabbing it up inside the muscle. And then it still tries to fall down because it's way too much fucking weight. And they keep doing it on people. Even when he's sitting there examining me, could see it's migrating. He could see they're too big, they're too heavy. He completely agreed. But he wanted me to know, like, you may not be so happy when they're out. I was like, I'll be fine. I don't care anymore. I don't care. It's just some skin. I'll tape it down or something. Like, it'll be fine. Like, I'm not going to stress out about it anymore. It's got to be better than this. This is horrible. And so anyways, he was in there for a while talking to me and stuff. So they have to, he said, we can do the little cut like you want. We can do the little cut, pull the implant out. And he said, but I have to sew your muscle back down. Otherwise, that muscle won't have anything to hold it. And so I'll have a big muscle ball on each shoulder. So, and I said, well, can you do that with a local? And he said, no, you'll have to have some conscious sedation. And I said, well, I have really low blood pressure. He said, well, we just give you fluids. Medical shit. And then, they don't get it. Like, I don't want any of this shit. It's like, fuck, I want the minimal fucking shit. But it's like, I fucking think I can handle it. Just, if you did the lidocaine, I swear to God, if you did the lidocaine, I swear to God. And then how many stitches do you have to use to put the muscle back down? I don't know. It's already gonna, I don't know. So anyways, then, so of course that has to be at the surgical center. Well, yeah. And then of course, there's more costs involved. Because I got low blood pressure, I'm going to have to have fluids. I have to have an IV. And so then he's like, oh, yeah, well, that's going to add on some of the costs and stuff. I'm like, yeah. And then he's like, what was the other thing? He said, well, I won't really make much out of that. I was like, yeah, see, that's why I didn't want to have to go to a surgical center. And he goes, yeah, well, and then he starts backpedaling off that. And then It's like, they don't get it. They don't fucking care. They don't get it at all. And I mean, they're just corporate employees, you know? We aren't their patients. They aren't our doctors. They don't give a shit about us. Even when he could see, like, this is necessary or whatever, they're going to jack up the fucking prices. So then he, of course, he's got, well, I can't tell you anything. There's a girl who does all that. Well, I got to send her over the information. She'll figure it out, and then she'll call you tomorrow and tell you how much it's going to be. And so then I said, well, could you just kind of give me like an idea or something? He said, oh, well, probably about 5,000 or 6,000. It's just like, so, bad news, bad news, bad news. I'm popping out bad news. So then I just leave, and I'm totally frustrated, and I'm like a whole bunch of things. Like, I have a whole bunch of emotions going on. Like questioning, like why, why have it go this far? Why have it do this? And sometimes you can get so mad or so pissed off, you can't even hear what the fuck they're saying anyways. So, sometimes it's just you ranting, and there's not, it's just you. It's like you, I don't know, sometimes it's like you venting or something to the universe. It's like, why have you forsaken me? Why do you lead me this way? It's like, so anyways, then, but I was kind of kept picking up on, because, so for this surgery, what he's talking about, so I have to have conscious sedation and then fluids, of course, and then make this incision, get the implants out, take a biopsy. Even though he won't he won't try and take out my capsule or do any scraping or anything. But he's got to do a biopsy, and then he has to put in drains. He has to sew the muscles back down. He has to put in drain tubes, and then I have to be wrapped. Then I have to go back in 10 days to get my drain tubes removed, and then it's 6 weeks. 6 weeks of like I can't take Stella for a walk. I can't even pick up the trash. You can't pick up anything that's more than 5 pounds, and you can only pick it up like a T-Rex. So, like, you could take out the trash like by little tiny bags, just take it out a lot often. I couldn't do the water. I couldn't pick up the water and put the water up. Like, I'd have to get that situated beforehand to have water, especially 6 weeks. And sometimes I get things rushing in my head. I'm having a whole conversation about something else. I was like, so anyways, that was all like bad news. And so then it was like, fuck, man. Well, if I had the money right now, like, I would still do it. That's how bad I want him out. And so I would still do it. And the fact that, I thought by now we would already have the med bads. I thought by now the banks would already crashed. So the way it drags out. And then, I mean, even when you try and tell anybody, like, the banks are going to crash or whatever, they're just like, yeah. Nobody, I don't know, nobody believes it, or nobody thinks it's coming because it hasn't happened yet or something. It's like to my mom, it's like, yeah, but it's been building this whole time. It's not like it just petered off. No, all this stuff is building. Like, what? I was like, do you even know any of this stuff going on? She's like, probably not. I was like, well, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. There's like, they're putting tariffs on us over something. There's something with this XRP now is like, so it's not a petrol dollar or something, it's the XRP. But I think the XRP is what quantum is going to be. So I think that's kind of a lead into that. But they're putting tariffs on us. They're like, there's a lot of shit going. There is stuff. Yes, this is all building. And there's still all this collapsing. These people are selling their stock. All this stock is being sold. And it's being sold by the White House. It's not being sold by these people. I'm sure it's confiscated from all these people. So anyways, all that stuff is, all that stuff is still going on. I just thought it would go faster, and I thought we would have had the med beds by now. Like, fuck, man. I've been talking about the med beds for so long. And then today I was like, I was having a fucking bitch fit too. I was like, fuck. About a lot of things. I was like, man, I have been doing this a long fucking time. I was doing this on Twitter. I wasn't sitting there just talking like this, but I was doing the same shit on Twitter in 2020. And now I've been doing it for 2021, 2022, 2023, now 2024. And on here. And then on TikTok for 2 years, I think. So, I don't know. And just, keep, I don't know, just plugging away. I didn't get any eviction yet. So, got that. And, and that's the other thing, too, with this whole surgery thing. So, the banks are about to collapse. I'll keep going and chugging along in the direction. Go get the mammogram. Keep saving my money. Or, if the universe wants it to go down that way, the universe will make sure that I get the money. I mean, that's how it works. The universe will make sure. And so it's not like, but it fucks with your head. It motherfucking fucks with your head. Well, should you get that or should you just save it? Well, should you get that? Maybe you should just save it. Maybe you better not get that. Maybe you better save it. Yeah, but maybe you should just get everything you need and want and trust the universe. Well, maybe you should. It's just like, okay, shut the fuck up. It's like, goddamn fucking tornado in there. It's like, fuck. It's like, God, I'm fucking mentally exhausted. It just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. And then, so the bank crashing thing and the money thing, and I don't know what that's going to do. I don't know. Maybe medical's going to keep going for a while. Like, I don't know how this is all going to go down. But, it's so close to crashing that it's like, fuck. But even when I sit there and think, okay, well, if it took a couple months and I chug along and save and save and save, and then it collapses, and then I get to sit and be like, oh, I should have bought that other stuff. I shouldn't have just, you know what I mean? That's the kind of stuff that just is like ping-ponging in my fucking brain. And then, because like I know if it's supposed to happen, it will happen. And I don't know if I had to go in and hear all of that stuff today was to get me to really keep thinking is like, fuck, med beds is none of that. None of it. No cutting. No fucking saline. No fucking recovery time. You just go in there for how many ever hours. It depends on what all you have to have done, how long you're in there. I mean, you could be in that thing for like 12 hours. I think, like you're growing back limbs or something, like an amputee or something, they may be in there like a couple days. I'm not sure how long each thing takes. I've got to grow back like organs and teeth and then repair on my brain, repair on my eyes. But, there's a lot of stuff, scar tissue. And I've been thinking, like, it's just been bringing up so much stuff about medical too. And just like the blind trust, the ignorance behind trust, and then to not be thinking about like, oh, cutting my muscle, like the insecurity and why was I led by my insecurity and my impulsiveness and stuff. So it's just like this process, right when you think like you're completely accepted yourself, you'll find yourself so mad at yourself. Like, God, Kelly, why? Kelly, we wouldn't be in this position. It's like, yeah, but like so there's always that process to go through. And then I keep feeling like, okay, so it's 6 weeks, or it could take me, like if I have to chug away at trying to save enough money out of each check, fuck, I take like 5 or 6 months. Like, I don't even know. I'll see what they say tomorrow, how much it is. I mean, it's so fucking crazy. They do these things like $8,500. Like, it's like you're being held hostage or something. It's so irritating. Even when they can see, like, it's not covered under insurance and it's something that needs to be done, but no, they'll just You're just, I'm just frustrated about the whole thing. I'm frustrated about the doctors. I'm frustrated about they're all corporate owned. And nobody gives a shit about people anymore. All the hoops, jump through. Everything's fucking corporations. And then but, you know, and I don't know if it was, you know, that I was supposed to go in there and sit and listen all that just to make me think like, okay, well, I'll just hold out for the med bed. And that may be very well, you know, what's going to end up being anyways. Because if everything crashes, like, I mean, doctors are pretty into money. Like, when nobody has any and there's no way for them to get paid, are they going to go to work? And plus, there's going to be a lot that are going to be going down for, like, I mean, all these fucking clinics on these fucking, that's one thing that the corporation leaned way too heavy into the transhuman. Like, they were, like, way too much. Like, I don't think it's just that one plastic surgeon's office that does nothing but trans people. Like, I think, I mean, when they ask you, like, what... So I think it probably is kind of a hard push by the corporations. And so, I don't know. I feel bad for young people. Like, I'm sure everything you go in, any problem, any complaint, well, you probably just need to change genders. I think everything will be fixed. Let's just do that. It's like, oh my God. Like, what the fuck? What the... screwed up fucking world that we got. So anyways, you know, I don't know, you know, I just gotta keep going with the flow and keep going with the process, because there is a lot of stuff to process every time that you go through stuff. Like, that's why, you know, even when things don't go the way you want them to, there's lessons. Like, there was parts of me that still needed to come up, because I thought I was all feeling good. I felt so like positive about myself, and then I've been kicking my own ass all fucking day. God damn it, Kelly. God damn it, Kelly. Like, I'm so irritated at you. So yeah, and I'm not saying it in a joking way. Like, I'm saying it in a joking way here, but no, I'm pissed off. Like, I'm just fuming. It's just like, oh my God, and it's just irritating. And I just, you know, and I don't know how long until this shit flips. Like, things have got to start going better. Like, I have got so many fucking fake TikTok accounts. Even, I mean, people sending me, oh, there's a fake account. And my fake people are going and DMing people, asking them for money or readings. And some, I've also, apparently, there's OnlyFans. And I was like, what do they even do when they've taken your stuff and they put you on? So if they stolen my face and they've put me on a sex thing or something, like, I'm not going to go in and look. I'm not going to go in and feed their bullshit. But this is the kind of shit that social media, what they do to accounts. And I don't know if it is like once you go over a certain amount of people that they start making big accounts. But that is the shit that, like, all these places allow. I've said this happened to me on Facebook in 2017. And then when the people hacked my account, kicked me out of it. They changed my password so fast, I couldn't get back in my account. Nothing I could do. And they were in my, friends list or whatever. They were going in all of the people saying I was having money problems. I was broke. I really needed some money, if I could borrow some money. And I started having people texting me. It was fucking embarrassing. And I couldn't get back in there. I couldn't get in there and say it to anybody, to nobody. And that was back, like, in the days when, you know, we had a lot of Facebook people, and you're talking to high school people, like, all these people. Fucking embarrassing, man. And there was nothing I could do about it. I had to just let it go. Let it go. Let go. Let God. And then be fucking pissed when things don't go the way you want. But you always have a lesson. And that, like, and then, you know, a part of it could be just like, okay, Kelly, just cool your jets. Everything's going to work out. You know, get it. The med beds will be here. Fucking 2045. Just hold into those plastics a little longer. It's like it's got to be sooner than that. Like, the medical is going to fall, like, I don't know. I'm just in that kind of mood. I'm kind of in a downer, feel sorry for myself, whiny ass mood. And I've got a stomach ache too. I'm on my second kombucha. I don't even know. I was probably breathing that fucking Seattle air or something. It's like, my stomach feels like it's like burning or something. It hurts. And I still get like medical ailments or some like pain, weird things like, where it's like, ugh. But I don't even care. Like, fuck. Just take me out. It's like, whatever. But you can't go out until it's your time. Like, that's the thing. There's nothing you can do about it. You're stuck. You're stuck until your time's up. What, Stell? I said that I just let me finish what I was doing. So, anyways, let me see if there was something else. As I have no idea what's going on anywhere. If there's anything going on. Who knows? Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. It's trash day. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens if it goes into this weekend. This is the weekend that they crash it? Or are they going to do the slow thing? And maybe it will be like the small banks will crash. And then all of a sudden they'll say, oh, mortgages are going, there's no mortgages anymore. And so it'll be kind of like a step down or something. Like, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to play out. But whatever, I just don't imagine there's going to be a lot of people going to work when there's no way, there's nothing you're getting paid. There's no actual money. There's no currency. There's got to be, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to see like how this is all going to play out, what they're going to do. And it's got to be close, I think. And I just got to keep on holding out hope that the med beds are going to come right quick. As soon as they start trying to move people around, get people in communities, get people in med beds. Because there's all sorts of people who keep talking about med beds. But all these med beds are not like the military med bed. The military med bed is like space age. Like, it is high tech. And it is in existence. There's those secret space program guys who talk. Corey Good, he's not the only one. There's other of these guys that have talked about him. And they do all sorts of stuff. And it grows back limbs and everything. So, and these other ones that everybody keeps having, they're just more of like a high frequency. Like, I swear, I think we all need those in our houses. I think we all need a high frequency room in our house that we go in and meditate, or we go in and regenerate, unplug, whatever. I think it's kind of more in our future. But, we've got those places open up, but then they want to charge you. And we shouldn't, it's like the same thing. We shouldn't be paying for our resources. And, there's just a lot of things that have to change. A lot of shit that has to shift, And so we need the money to collapse. So people look at things different. So they see things different. So they go through this process, And, maybe some doctors will start doing surgeries just because they're necessary. And they'll say, well, you don't have anything to do today, so I should do something good for somebody. Let's try that for a change. So, I don't know. We'll see. Because in the society that we have now, it's like fucking dog eat dog. Every man's for themselves. And everybody wants to, it's like step on somebody just for their own gain. Maybe just step on the next one just to get a little higher, get a little closer, get a little more. Nobody gives a shit. It's like, that's why we are a fucking stampede people. They just crush everybody else. Nobody gives a fuck. So, anyways, yeah, our society has to crash and burn so that it can wake up and see, like, the error of its ways, the missteps that it's made along the path, and figure out how to make changes so that it can, so we can have a better society. Like, nobody around here there's just a bunch of mindless shit. And I did check my TikTok comments. Let me think. Because it was something. It was kind of, man, it can be really exhausting. Like, it just says all sorts of things. Like, could you look at my cup and see if my cup is a good one? Could you help me figure out how to find your playlist? Could you help me, like, where do I find a cup? Could you help me find it? Like, oh, it's just like tiring. It's just like, oh my God, people are so like, oh man. There's just a lot of stuff that has to go on, a lot of independence, a lot of shifting, you know, when we all have to do it. Like, I'm being honest about the stuff I'm going through and what I have to shift and change. And you do have to keep, you know, looking at yourself, forgiving yourself. But one thing is like, I know whatever's supposed to happen is supposed to happen. I know that they're going to get out. Like, I know that's in my future. It wouldn't be this much important to me. You know, I know it's coming. I just don't know when or how or where. And, but, you know, even all the stuff today was a lot of lessons. Like, it's really, really, I'm not kidding when I say it's like really pushed me into a lot of processing today. Like, I was so emotional in the car. Like, I wanted to cry the whole way home, and I couldn't even cry. I would get like a couple tears in my eyes, and I would just want to burst into tears, and I just couldn't. I was just like, I was just so full of so many emotions. Like I said, it was like a tornado of information and thoughts and ways of looking at it. Well, look at that. Well, look over that. Well, we'll think about this. We'll think about that. Well, what about this? What about that? It's like, oh my God. And then remembering and, you know, like flashbacks of situations and things and people, and it's just a lot. So, and it's not like, you know, and this is where you can't get like all hung up or caught up. It's just like a replay, and you just gotta kind of go through it. And, you know, yeah, I'll be mad at myself and be like, God, I wish I wouldn't have been so insecure. I wish I would have been more, you know. But that is how you get to where you are. It's like you have to go through that, just like how our society has to go through all this shit to get to where we're going. It's like the same thing. It's like it's a part of the process. So, yeah, that's where you got to kind of lean in and let go of the process. Just be kind of like, okay, well, this is part of it, so let's just go with the flow. There's nothing I can do about it. You know, of course, we'd want it to go easier and different, but it just doesn't. So anyways, I had a lot of lessons today, a lot of emotions, a lot of new information, a lot of stuff that's just where I feel like nothing is completed yet. I really like completion. Like, I really, really do. That's something I've really learned about myself. I really like to just tie things up. I'm not somebody who just likes things up in the air. And that must be part of my lessons or something, because that's why I feel like I'm just constantly being pushed. Like, to learn to trust, even when nothing in this fucking world matches what is going on in here. And so then it's like, okay, so I'm just crazy. Like, I'm just gonna have to accept it. Like, I'm okay with it. I can go live out in the woods somewhere. I mean, one of us will die at some point. Hopefully we'll just die together, I guess. Like, I don't know. I think that there's enough other people who are as crazy as me. Like, just form a commune or something. I'll go live in a commune with other crazy people, and we just sit around and talk crazy talk. And I'll just, I'll get my own little plot or something. Even if I live in a van, even if it's silver, nothing ever happens. Just go find a little fucking place and just live around other people. Like, I would be fine. Have camper, as long as it's kind of more warm, because it's fucking cold. I've got a fire going. It's fucking cold. It's so cold. It's so dark. It's so dreary. It's so intense. It feels like it's so close to everything just going. I feel like even while I'm trying to do this stuff, like, okay, set up the mammogram and all this shit, and that I'm like trying to cross a bridge as the bridge is falling. It's like I gotta go faster. I gotta speed up because the bridge is falling, and so it's like it's frustrating, because I would just want it. It's like this medical system has never worked for me. They have like done worse, more bad things to my health than good things. Like the amount of stuff that I have been processing, like it's just frustrating. They cut out my gallbladder. I mean, I was like one of the youngest people they've ever even cut their gallbladder out. They were always like, well, should we? Yeah, let's do it. And so that was the very top of my torso. And then they just fucking cut through my belly button about 50 times. Cut through my pubic bone area several times. It was just like the adhesions and scar tissue and all the muscles were just cut and cut and cut. And there's just so many things. And then just when he was sitting there saying that about the cutting that muscle, and it's just like, oh my God, why would I do this? Like, why would I even, like, you just go back, like, what in the fuck? Why did I do this? Like, I cannot believe, even when I went back to the same doctor, you go in and say a B and come out a double D. And it's like, and then you say, well, that's going to be $8,500 and take those out. I'm just frustrated. See what I said? See what I'm saying? It just is like, I just feel sad. I feel frustrated. This is like the purging. I just hope that, this is the end of it all. And it's just purging out and letting go of this. And, and I don't know if that's the direction that's going to be. I mean, it seemed extreme. Like, fuck. Drain tubes. Oh, and you know what? Another thing, too, is like, because he was like, well, you're going to probably want to lift because you really don't have a lot of breast tissue. And it's like, well, I'm fine. It'll be skin, it'll be fine. And it's like, I don't care anymore. And then he said, well, we could always do a lift. And I said, just cut the skin off. What are you going to do? Just leave a nipple sitting there? It's like, what? He's like, well, no, we take it and we fold it in over itself to build the tissue. And I'm thinking, now it sounds like a fucking pocket. Now that I keep hearing this stuff about these BBL girls, like these girls have gone in and got this fat injected into their butts. It seeps out. It's necrotic. They smell like, and they can't get rid of the smell. And I was like, what in the holy hell? Like with this fucking Frankenstein's, like they are injecting this fucking fat into girls and it is becoming necrotic. Necrotic is dead, rotting fat inside of them. And it is seeping, the smell is seeping out of them. So, hell to the no, I do not fucking want any goddamn folding of my skin. And that's another thing too with these people who get this trans shit. Like they got all sorts of stuff. Like they got to stretch their vaginas out, and if they don't stretch it every day, and it's like way too much. Like, and they would. I mean, they just have a little pocket in there, a little place to grow some air and pus and stuff. Excuse me. So hell to the no, no. I just want the plastic out, and I just want my body to heal. I was even thinking like, well, while he was talking for a while. I was thinking, well, I bet you my body could fucking heal that muscle. I would just keep focusing my mind and keep focusing it. But then once he said that I would end up with this chunk of muscle up there, I was like, no, fuck. I have to get it fucking sewn back on. Fuck. So unless the meds, and then that's patience, Kelly, patience. See, there's so many things. So many things. Even when it's something like, you want to do something to improve your health. The only thing they want to do to improve our health is stuff that they make money off of. That's all this whole fucking thing is about, make money off of us. So, but they are destroying themselves. They have crippled the economy. They have, they've inflated us beyond where we can manage. So they have caused their own destruction. So then it's all going to go. But man, you can just really see why this medical has to go. I mean, it's just corporate. It's just corporate employees. These are just corporate employees. There's a CEO that tells them the rules, tells them what to do, tells them what to look for, tells them what to ask. It's absurd. And then we go in and trust these people with our health. And I had said this all the way back about the sickness. And I said that they have just protocols. Those protocols are made by people sitting up behind desks and shit. They're made over money. They're made over, well, some of these protocols were not made for money. They were made for, so, yeah, I don't know. I'm just having one of those fucking days. I'm sure maybe this is like something to do with the energy. Maybe a lot of people, because some of this stuff, I kept being like, why am I feeling like this? Like, I know it's like going to be fine. I don't know why I'm getting so like frustrated and why I'm getting so upset. I don't know if it was like the energy of being down there and it was so like, and just picking up on all that. And it was just like, oh. And I, if that was part of it, I kept feeling like I just got to get home. I just got to get home and be back at my house. I even looked at my mirror and I was like, in my car, I was like, I don't know. Maybe the person who goes out in my car and drives me around is 100 years older than me. Maybe I'm only this age on, I'm telling you, I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. The universe needs to start giving me something. Give me something. Because I feel like I need something that is real and tangible. Nothing feels real. Nothing. I mean, we're not even real. So, what are we doing here? Why can't we get out? Oh my God. Why can't we leave when we want to leave? Oh, God. Okay. So, I really ranted and raved for probably plenty of time. So, I can't think of anything else to say. We'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow, if I'm still processing. That's always been one of the beautiful things about a brain injury is like, usually after I go to sleep, I just forget. I don't even remember what I was fucking worried about. And the guy, too, he's like, well, how did you get a brain injury? I was like, you really want to hear this? And I swear to God, you tell a doctor about another doctor makes a mistake, I think in their brain, they're just calculating something different. They cut it off. They don't, it's like they don't even acknowledge any, they just make excuses or whatever. Such a big boys club. It's just I swear to God, they're just mindless robots or something weird. Doctors are, I look at gray-haired people and I look at doctors so different than I used to. So different. But no matter what, you just got to keep on remembering to love yourself, love everyone, and have a loving day. And so I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.